The time is 1 o'clock a.m. Detective, we made it! Phew, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Oh, you said it, pal. It must have been a rock-solid security that scared him off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check? Ah! We've been had! Out front! Guards! Turn on the searchlights! Ah ha 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 ha! Better luck next time, gentlemen! Ah! Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Ah! I am very bad at evil laughs. Ah! Mask demask. Salutations. Okay. Alright, well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. So we're on the second case of this game, which apparently takes place in the present day, I guess. We are on October 11th, 3:24 p.m. in our office. So let's see what's going on here. Apparently somebody stole something. Somebody who goes by the name of Mask Demask. That's an interesting name. Hey, Nick! Get a load of this! I'm so glad we still have this music. And Maya here. Hey, are you listening to me? You can queen the toilet later! This is important! What are you freaking out about now? Hee hee. Today will be the last time you talk to me that way! Huh? We're about to hit the big time! Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are... Ha! Don't be silly. I'm talking about me and... Pearly, of course! Hello. It's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. I'm glad she's still around. She was a highlight of the last game for sure. Pearls, you haven't changed a bit! Wait, what are you doing here anyway? Hee hee, haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this! What's this? Some kind of poster? Treasure Exhibition. The Sacred Urn, Kurine Village. Kurine Village, isn't that... That's right, it's our hometown. Pearly and mine, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Ha ha ha, very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Kurine exhibit doesn't exactly start until next week. Or actually start until next week, but the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? Well, to be honest, you look the same as usual. Heh, same Maya, different day. This young lady here is Maya Fey. I guess we're getting an introduction in case this is your first game in the series, but I feel like you ought to play the other two considering kind of the background of that urn that we just saw. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then, I've been the one who's been keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character. I always love it when she has that face that looks like she's startled all of a sudden. Hey, who are you calling shady? And this little girl is Pearlfey, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin, and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Khura'in Village is the home of the mysterious Khura'in channeling technique. And Maya here is the daughter of the Khura'in School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright. Earth to Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Yes, Mr. Nick, I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. Treasure exhibit poster added to the court record. October 11th, 7:18 p.m. Lordly Taylor, main exhibit hall. Is Lordly Taylor the name of a museum? That sounds like a clothing store or something. Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Oh, it is a store. Okay. I thought it would be like a museum or something if they were going to have an exhibit. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. I didn't know department stores had museum exhibits. Wow, this is awesome! Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. It all depends on how you display it. Is that a replica of the Khura'in Village layout here on the right? Because that rock looks like the one that you see when you come in, which we just saw in the flashback. Oh, they even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fey Manor storeroom. Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. Is that the folding screen from the channeling chamber? On a family heirloom. Say, Nick, the person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. Alright, I guess we should go and say hello. Let's take a look around first. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it. Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all. Greatest treasure? Is there something like that? Huh? Why, of course there is! Right, Pearly? Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah, I'll bet it would really take your breath away. Sure. A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 Ways to Save Money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know. I want to say that actually is true. Wasn't that what we saw in the last game when we were examining around and it had a lower number? Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. Alright, nothing there. Let's look at the folding screen. I think I remember this old folding screen here. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence. That it was. There were bullet holes in it, and they really helped with proving the innocence of Maya in the last game. In that murder case that happened in Khura'in Village. This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The six-leaf Khura'in Sacred Writings folding screen. I don't think it had that name last time. If it's so secret, why is it the most prominent thing in the exhibit? Yeah, couldn't anyone just read it? Oh, whoops. No, I wanted to see the... There we go. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures, too? Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age? No wonder nobody likes museums. Alright. Oh, Mystic Maya, look! I can't believe it. Ah, it's so cute. It's a little diorama of Khura'in Village. Yeah, look at that. But somehow it seems to reek of dreariness. Really? I think it looks cool. Oh, Mystic Maya, it's your house. Even says Fay Manor on it. Yikes, you're right. I kind of want to add the famous in front of it. Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. Alright. Anything else? We can look at the sign. Nope, doesn't look like it. By the way, somebody left a comment not too long ago mentioning that you can use your mouse to click and move around this to make it easier. The reason why I'm not doing that is because I want to see... I want the mouse or cursor moving around to show, whereas if I used my mouse and clicked on it, it's not quite as noticeable in the video. So even if it's slower, I do like doing it this way. Alright, I'm going to go to the basement warehouse, and we'll see what's here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the parking garage from Rise from the Ashes in the first game. Yep, this is a basement warehouse, alright. This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. Wright. Eek! A monster! You were right! Huh? A monster? That's not a monster. But it is somebody familiar. Good evening. It's good to see you again. You! I know you. Haha, nice to see you again too, little miss. Ah! Hello! Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Oh yeah, I guess you weren't around for us in our conversations. Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. She definitely looks a lot more confident and happy than we last saw her. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh, nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. Yeah, that's just what I said. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. Alright, let's talk to Adrian. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Well, why are you freaking out on me? What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Sure. Mystic, Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't say anything that'll needle Pearls further. Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago. Really? So, this is only 7 months after the events of the last game, then. I guess that was March, wasn't it? So I guess October would be 7 months following that. You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case. Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. If it wasn't for us... No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful. Phew, that's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums. Woohoo! Did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums! Yes, I did! That's really wonderful! So this basement warehouse is really well protected, huh? Of course it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. The security guards are all very highly trained as well. That sounds good. So what is with that face she's making? Are we supposed to present something? Can we talk to her about this? I wanted to do something nice for you and your friends, Mr. Wright. So that's why you arranged this exhibit. I knew that Kurian Village was the hometown of your assistant, Maya. I thought it would be great to let the rest of the world know about it, too. But that's not exactly thanking me, per se, is it? Maybe, but who'd want to see an exhibit on the treasures of Phoenix Wright? Thanks. I guess I can't argue with that one. Okay, we can't do anything else here, so I guess we can just look around. There's a door, but we can't examine it. There's this other door, but we can't examine it either. Whoops. I'm trying to click on that. This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above. And that means what? The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what. I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff. It looks like a part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the burr. Aha! I've got it! Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger! Your mind would go there, wouldn't it? Why would anyone write hamburger that big? Like maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something. I kinda doubt it. Aha! I've got it! Maybe it said spaghetti! What does that have to do with B-U-R, though? Why are you talking about food? Oh, wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said Spaghetti Festival. What do you think? That still doesn't have any of those letters in it. Okay to me. Besides, spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. It's a security camera. It's trained on the warehouse door. It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the door. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right. Sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before somewhere? I think that's another stepladder you can get toward the stepladder achievement on the iOS version. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Really? Let's go in. I want to take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? We can't look at the paint cans, can we? Can we? Alright, what do we have down here? We've got a bunch of boxes. We have Organi. It says Organi. No, it doesn't, Nick. It says Organize. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, well, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess. Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh? What is this? Mystic Maya! Take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Amy, right? Yes, that's a statue of the woman who invented the Kurine channeling technique, Amy Faye. The statue is on loan from one of the training halls of the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. Amy Faye's golden statue added to the court record. A statue of the founder of the Kurine channeling technique is holding the something. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me, how should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Kurine Shichido. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Aw, phooey. I wanted to cut something. What are you eyeing me for? Oh look, it's already 8 o'clock. Have you all eaten yet? Well, actually, I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. There's a 12th floor to this building? Why don't we all dine together? That sounds good. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Dine. It sounds so fancy. I'll have the kids' lunch. Haha, Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with a kid's dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me. Haha, shall we head upstairs then? I guess we saw what we needed to see. After that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day, something terrible would happen. Okay, time for the very next day. I wanted to see the restaurant. Nick, this is terrible! What the? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak. Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the TV. We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene of the crime, authorities have announced that they believe it was the work of the renowned phantom thief, Mask Damask. I really like how Mask Damask has a star in the middle of his name. That's pretty fun. The Mask? According to a spokesperson, Lord Lee Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief, who only targets rare treasures. Lord Lee Taylor? Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet. Treasure? Lord Lee Taylor? You don't think... Yes, now get up, Nick! It was stolen by Mask Damask! Our most valuable treasure, the Khura'in sacred urn, was stolen! What? I feel like we need to talk about that. Refresh my memory a little. What's this sacred urn? It's the one that we saw Pearl break in the last game. Well, I guess we didn't see her break it. We saw it broken. It's only the most important treasure in Khura'in Village. That's all. Look, it's right there on this poster. And it's still misspelled, too. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely, the soul of Mystic Amy Faye, the founder of the Khura'in channeling technique. Right, Pearly? Ah, yes! That's right. Hold up. I thought that urn had the name Amy written on it. Now it says, I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Huh? Well... Uh-oh. There are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? Yeah, that's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Khura'in Village, Maya's hometown. The sacred urn, it turned out to be an important clue in that case. And it's actually all put together in that profile image there. That's kind of weird. I don't think I've ever seen that profile image before. Sacred urn adds the court record, one of the treasures of Khura'in Village. Supposedly priceless, it looks like a plain old pot. Ah, it was terrible. I was arrested and everything. I like how they keep playing this music, like, from the very beginning. 1 year ago, the murder in Khura'in Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings, and this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. Mr. Nick? Would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn. Well, I think you kind of just did. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember, this urn used to say Amy on it. Until Pearl's accidentally broken into a million pieces. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and crafts. Spelling either. Anyway, this is how her gluing project turned out. So, all this time it never got put back together the correct way? She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Amy, it says, I am. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later. I can't believe it myself. Okay, the toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's next. What's wrong with you, Nick? What do you mean? What do you mean, what? Mr. Nick! Your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen! Doesn't that even bother you? But I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how... The village is Mystic Maya! She's the future master of the Khura'in School of Channeling! You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't. Oh, okay, I do. So what am I supposed to do about it? Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, and get the sacred urn back. But I'm not a detective. I'm a lawyer. That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you would fight it for your beloved Mystic Maya. I see Pearl is still shipping us pretty heavily. Man, oh man, there's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. So what's the name of this bad guy again? Mask Damask, Nick. Make a note of it. Mask Damask, with a star in the middle. Can we see him in the profiles? No. Apparently Mia is here. That's interesting. Alright, so I don't think we have anything else to talk about, so let's go back to the exhibition hall. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh? Hey, you can't poke around here, pal. Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again. Uh-oh, he doesn't look happy. It's you, and I'm the one who should be saying not again. I like how it's just question marks for Gumshoe here. I guess this is the first time we're seeing him in this game. Why is it that every time something bad happens, it's you always show up, pal? Yeah, why is it that anytime something happens, it's always you three? I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try to remember it right. And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. Yeah, good to see you again, too, I guess. Alright, let's talk about everything. Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us about what happened? Oh, you're trying to remember my name. Atta girl. It's Gumshoe, okay? Yeah, that's a little, less demeaning, I would say. Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn. I know about that. Oh, well, the criminal's name is Mask Damask. I know about that, too. Detective, can't you tell us something other than that? Well, I guess I sort of kind of owe you guys, in a way. The crime occurred last night around 1:30 in the morning. How exactly do you know that? We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen. The scene of the crime? You mean here, right? Wrong. That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse. Oh, so that's why this area looks the same. Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse? That guy. It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. That guy is not very specific. He solves one case and gets a swelled head thinking that he's an ace detective. Huh? An ace detective? So why do you call him an ace detective anyway? That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up. So, what's he like? Well, like I told you, Mask Damask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back. Wow, that is impressive. All by himself? Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy. But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief. Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues. So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? Let's talk about Mask Damask. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this Mask Damask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Mask Damask is the hottest thing since sliced bread. Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to open that up. Sorry about that. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. I think we had the big brown bear thing come up in the last case of the second game. But underneath those disguises is the true Mask Damask. So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh? And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night was his 5th heist. If Lord Lees Hayward had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time. What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the Sacred Urn? Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something. calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So what's this calling card? Here it is. But don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal? What's this mark on the front? That's Mask to Mask's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them. They didn't mention that on the news flash. We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem. Damask's calling card, sent before a heist, the emblem is top secret. That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you could have your own copycat someday. Thanks, I guess. I'm not sure that's something that we should be aspiring to. Alright, I guess let's just move down to the basement. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. That's probably because it's air-conditioned, to protect the art pieces, you know? Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. Huh? What the heck does that mean? Who are you? I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please make yourself at home. Who are you anyway? Shh! Silence! Hee hee hee! Now I see! It's all becoming clear. What do you see? Zavari! The truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me. A lawyer and a spirit medium, neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong? Yikes! That's scary! How did you know that? How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. I am a traveler of both time and space, and a swimmer of dreams. What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it. Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman, and introduce myself. The name is Atme. Luke Atme. Well, it's very easy to look at you with all that stuff on your hands and face. I like how he's wearing a magnifying glass, like as a monocle thing, but he also has a magnifying glass in his hand, apparently. Ace Detective. Ah, so you're the Ace Detective guy. Oh, hi. Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. The name's right. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. Oh, I see what you did there. I'm Maya Fey, Ace Spirit Medium. I don't know if that quite has the same ring. And I'm, Pearl Fey. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin, and Spirit Medium Ace Apprentice. Excellent! Well then, shall we begin our little game? Game? Why does the phrase one short of a baker's dozen come to mind with this guy? So are you really as famous as you say? Of course, for a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in this city that had not heard of me. Look at me! I am Mask Damask's arch-enemy, the Ace Detective. Look at me! At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light. I don't know if I'd call you cherubic. Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick? I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. Nice alliteration. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Megina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from mask to mask, with my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles. Shouldn't those be like the other way around? Yeah, they mentioned it on the news in the Great People Around Town segment. They said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. That's nice. Well, compared to the treasure that I retrieved for them, it's not much. Wait, is that magnifying glass the one he wears on his face? And that's why he's wiping it? Is that the one he was looking at us with? In that case, I take back what I said about him having 2 of them. So in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Seems like it. Oh, tell us what you know about Mask to Mask, and keep it simple, please. Like about how I've devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds? I feel like he's only done like 5 dastardly deeds so far, right? Last night here in the bowels of this store, we were locked in a most glorious battle. I see. Huh? Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here? In Lordly Tower? Naturally! Whenever Damask goes, you will find Atme laying his elegant traps. Elegant traps? More like Damask out-eleganced you and made a beautiful getaway. But this time I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Let's do that. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? But of course, after all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. I first received a request for my services 20 days ago, and it was 10 days ago that we received Mask to Mask's calling card. Huh? You were hired before the calling card even arrived? Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. Are you talking about Adrian? That's Adrian for you. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized. A calling card arrived, right? Yes! So, ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse. And waited for him. Alone. Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help? Ridiculous. Why would I seek help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops? You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let Damask get away. I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others. Yeah, you're very inconspicuous with that getup. Concealed? Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. I feel like that's not original. I think that's been in several places. Anyway, back to what happened last night. As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. But that's impossible. How could it just disappear? How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. That's for sure. So you're saying that even though On One came through those doors last night, On One? Our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose? But that's just not possible. Alright, let's take a look around. Looks like there's a few things that are different here. Tisk, Sir Lawyer, please refrain from such crude behavior. Huh? Well, what do you mean? This criminal is an artist. The crime scene is the canvas upon which he paints. Only I, Ace Detective Atme, have an eye which is educated enough to read the signs. Okay, I think that is his monocle magnifying glass. Can you translate that for me, Nick? I think he pretty much said, don't touch anything, amateurs. If there's something you wish to know about, you have but to ask Atme. I know everything there is to know about my rival, Mask to Mask. What do I do now? Does he have any top secret information? Stuff that only a real crime buff would know? I'll think about what to ask while I listen to what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. So does this go for, like, everything here? Like, we can't look at anything at all? Yeah, it looks like we can't. All this stuff is checked off, so. Well, in that case, let's slide back here. We can't talk to him anymore there, but maybe we can talk about the urn or something. Oh wait, that is specifics. Okay, here we go. Masked Mask's calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch-rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top-secret piece of information. Well, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here. Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us, ever. Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you two are pursuing the mysterious thief. Oh, is that what we had to do? Well, I'm not sure I would say that exact... That's right! We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do. Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, return them to my office. My Office of Earthly Delights, the Atme Detective Agency. Office of Earthly Delights? Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do. Bye. Wait a minute. He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's hurry up and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office, too. Take me with you, okay? Ooh, this is new music. Let's look around. That pathetic-looking wooden box. Ah! That's the box that had the sacred urn in it. It even says the sacred urn on it. Don't touch it. There may be clues to the thief's identity on there. Grr, I worked so hard to make that box. Huh? You made that poor excuse for a box, Maya? What's that supposed to mean? That urn has always been on its stand in the winding way of Fey Manor. So there was no box suitable for it, Mr. Nick. And I was so proud of it. Poor Maya. Maybe it'd have been better if Mask to Mask had taken the box, too. Wow, this is awesome. What did Miss Andrews say it was called again? Shichi-Shido. It's literally 7-branch sword in Japanese, or so says Miss Andrews. Whoa, it's pretty heavy. One hit, 7 times the fun. Pretty catchy, huh? I bet it'd sell like hotcakes. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be fun for the people getting hit by it. There's something about it that bothers me. Wow, you're really firing on all cylinders today, Pearly. This sword, wasn't Mystic Amy holding it last night? Ah. Yeah, and it wasn't bent like it is now either. And another thing, the sword wasn't bent like last night like it is now. Exactly. You're right. Awesome, Pearly. I wouldn't expect any less from my little ace apprentice. The sword is bent, so that must mean last night someone used it somehow. Aha! I just thought of something. Maybe Detective Atney smashed Mask to Mask with it. Or the other way around. Like this! Youch! What the heck? What do you think, Pearly? I think it's even more bent than it was before. Oh man, my head. My hair! Shichi-Shido added to the court record. A ceremonial sword held in the hand of Amy Faye's statue. Wasn't bent before the crime. Oh, window went inactive. Let's see, anything else? A computer? Oh, I've heard of those. It has such a cute name. It looks like this computer's for storing the data from the security camera. Yep, we know that. Oh, let's see if we can find last night's data. Let me see here. Man, I really stink at working these things. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? You're sweating an awful lot. I don't know how to pull up the photos. I had no idea you were so pathetic with high-tech stuff, Nick. Yeah, well, I managed to print out the camera data anyway. I guess you have to learn to crawl before you can walk, right, Nick? Yeah, sure. Anyway, it looks like the camera only went off once last night. camera data added to the core record. The warehouse camera went off once at around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime. It's a security camera. It's trained on the big door to the storeroom. It's set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out. A security camera? Yeah, go stand in front of that door and it'll snap your photo too, Pearly. Mystic Maya, do you think I should smile? Nah, it's for criminals, so I think you should make a really scary face. Like this. Okay, we already saw that. So it's only showing empty magnifying glasses on, like, new material, I guess. I wasn't sure if it was going to reset everything. So let's go around over here, see what's on this side. I don't think we actually got a chance to look at the door to the place last night. The statue of Mystic Amy is so cool. I want a gold statue of myself. We could put it in the office. Hey, it's Wright and Company. How about a gold statue of me? Mr. Nick, I'm sorry, but I noticed something strange. Huh? What is it, Pearls? The statue of Mystic Amy? Was this where it was last night? Come to think of it, wasn't it like a little over here? Ah. Yeah, it was over there. I'm pretty sure it was closer to the door. Yeah, I think you're right. Great job, Pearly. I wouldn't expect anything less from my ace cousin. So the statue was moved on the night of the crime. Alright. Amy's phase golden statue updated in the core record. Moved the night of the crime. Okay, nothing up there. I'm curious about this, though. Look what you did, Nick. You spilled paint over here. I didn't do that. Well, it wasn't here last night. I would have noticed a color this outrageous. Interestingly enough, it looks like there's a perfect right angle that doesn't have paint on it, which makes me wonder if there was a box there, or something rectangular. But this paint has already dried up. Well then, you should have cleaned it up before it dried, Nick. Paint doesn't dry that fast. Besides, I told you it wasn't me. It looks like it's been several days since it was spilt. Hey, look at this. What is it? There's some kind of shape left in the bottom left side of the stain. Huh? You're right. I wonder what it could be. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. I guess that's where they were keeping the sacred urn. Remember, Maya, Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Alright, so I think that's all we can look at. Nothing more to see here. Alright, let's go out. Ooh. Hey, Nick, your cell phone's ringing. Hello, Phoenix Wright here. Oh, ho, 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 ho. It's me, Gumshoe. Gumshoe, what is it? What's so funny? I'll tell you what's funny, pal. I finally beat him. I beat Mr. Ace Detective. Finally, this underdog is the alpha dog today. That stuck-up detective's met his match. Yup, I finally caught him. Lock, stock, and barrel. There's no escape for him. You caught him? Are you saying you captured Mask to Mask? Bingo! Well, actually, he surrendered. But I still got him. Mask to Mask surrendered? That's great! So when can we come and pick up the Sacred Urn? Well, you see, I was gonna tell you. What? Something wrong? Do you think you could swing by the detention center sometime? The detention center? He wants to talk to you. Mask to Mask, that is. What? He wants to talk to Nick? I'll be waiting for you, pal. So get over here soon. The detention center, huh? Alright, well, we're going to go to the detention center in the next video and meet Mask to Mask. So until then, thanks so much for watching,